Hello, this is Angelia with today's wisdom. Today's wisdom comes from Daily Om, breathing into order, feeling overwhelmed. Sometimes we may feel like there is just too much we need to do. Feeling overwhelmed may make it seem like the universe is picking on us, but the opposite is true. And I feel like that. There's just too much I need to do to get it all done in one day, or that I would like to do. And I'm sure most of us do feel that way. And you can get feeling overwhelmed if you don't learn how to stop and breathe and prioritize. That's the big thing there. What's important, what needs to get done. Not everything needs to get done. You might want something to get done, but it doesn't necessarily mean it needs to. We are only given what we can handle. And sometimes I wonder about that. I have a thing that I bought for an event with a friend of mine, and it's holographic letters, and it says strong. And she said, "That's for you. You take that home." And sometimes, I think about the thing where it says God gives his hardest battles to his strongest soldiers. And I think, well, if that's true, thanks for the strength, but you could have made me a little weaker. Difficult situations are opportunities to be our best selves, hone our skills, and rise to the occasion. And that's what we can do anytime crap happens to us in our life. And yeah, I just said that. Sometimes stuff is hard, If you expect your life to be easy, you're kind of dreaming. That's never really going to happen. We can just be the best person we can be. Because sometimes people are mean and they're going to push our buttons. And if we can just be the best person we can be, and do as much as we can every day, then we can go to bed knowing that we did the best we could. And that's all you can do. And if anyone asks you to do more, then they're using you for whatever reason. And we can hone our skills and get better, at the things we are doing or that we want to do. And we can rise to the occasion. Sometimes you feel like you just can't. And if you really just can't, then you take a break. But a lot of times it's about willpower. It's sticking to it and deciding, yes, I can. The best place to start is to take a deep breath. And that's something they teach you in, yoga and everything else. Take deep breaths. Just, and when you're angry, that can be a good tool. As you do, remind yourself that the universe works in perfect order, and therefore you can get everything done that needs to get done. Again, the key word there is needs to get done. As you exhale, release all the details that you have no control over. And that's the scary part of life, because there are parts of life we don't have any control over. And you have to learn to let that go. Because, it's like the story about trying to hold something, and you're going to drop it. Whereas if you just gently hold it, in your hand, you can hold it forever. The universe, with its infinite organizing power, will orchestrate the right outcome. And, personally, I believe God, people say the universe. And, sometimes I say the universe in quotes and things like that. But, God is in charge of the universe. So anytime stress begins to creep up, remember to breathe through it with these thoughts. And again, you can de-stress yourself, take some deep breaths, calm down for a moment, because everything is not, live or die situation. Then make a list of everything you need to do. I learned that quite a few years ago, in my 30s, and when I had kids and I had housework and I had work, and I was also trying to build a business, and there became a time where I couldn't schedule anymore. Schedules were not working because I didn't have enough hours in the day. So then I had to learn to prioritize what has to get done, what needs to get done, and then things I want to do can fall in behind that. And that will de-stress your life quite a bit, because let's face it, there's things we need to do. We have been tasked with certain things we have to do. And you might want to do something, but that might have to come later. Know what needs to be done first and mark excuse me Oh, these allergies. The things others may be able to do for you or with you. So if you have people in your house, they can help you. That's a big thing there. I know a person who has supposedly 11 people living in their house, and she's paying all the bills and doing everything for these people. That would not fly at my house. There will be chores done if you want to live here. You can help me. I raised you and gave birth to you, and so yeah, you can help me do a few things. I'm not going to demand it, but I might ask it of you and expect that, you might be willing to do that for all the things I was willing to do for you. You can ask people. They can help you. Though we often think no one else can do it correctly or well, and my mom was a big person in that vein, there are times when it is worth it to exhale, let go of our control, and ask for help from professionals or friends. And I ask my guys to help me, clean the floor, because I can't do that bending over anymore. My back is shot, my hips hurt, my knees hurt. That's just too much for me. I clean basically from the waist up, things that level, the furniture up. That's my cleaning. That's it. With the remaining things that you feel you must do for yourself, take another breath and determine their true importance, because not everything is that important. You might want to sit around and listen to music or watch TV or play games all day, but you might have other responsibilities that are more important. Back to the thing we're talking about, the Bible reading, about being grown up. Sometimes there are things we'd like to do, but aren't really necessary. And I was talking about a relative that has a problem like this. They have dementia, and there's a lot of things they want done, but they don't need them done. And I've told their caretakers they need to stop and think about that. If it needs to be done, or if it's just something she wants done, because then they can say that doesn't need to be done. I don't have time to do it. I'm not going to do it. It's, you got to take care of yourself. After taking these quick steps, you will find that you have a plan laid out, freeing you from frenzied thoughts circling in your head. And that's what a lot of people have problems with, or monkey mind, the chatter going on in their brain, the stress and anxiety that tells you you're not doing enough and you need to get more done, and you need to just stop that. You need to stop that and let it go. Take a deep breath. Say, yeah, I'm not listening to you anymore, because all you're doing is causing me anxiety. With calming deep breaths, you are now free to focus more fully on our priorities. Again, priorities, things that need to get done. Start with things that need to get done, and then make a list of things you want to get done. And what you'll find usually is that if you start doing this, you start going a little faster and getting done the things you need to get done, so you can get down to the list of things you like to do. And then you seem to have more time in your day. I've noticed that. But if you're depressed about it and you're not getting things done, then you're going to go slower. Herbal teas or flower remedies, along with wise choices about caffeine and food, can help keep us from becoming frantic too. Because caffeine amps you up. I think everyone knows this. So if you're drinking a lot of caffeine, that's going to have you more frenzied than if you're not. And again, if you eat a lot of sugar, that's also going to contribute to that. But with nothing further from us than our breath, we can breathe in our best intentions and let the rest go with an exhale. You have to learn to let things go. Keeping ourselves centered and breathing into and through life's challenges helps us learn what we are truly capable of doing, and we will find we have the ability to rise to any occasion. And 9 times out of 10, you do. There are things that are going to be out of your control, and you just have to learn to accept that and let it go. Remember, you aren't being picked on, and you are never alone, because God is always with you. And most of us do have people who are with us, and we can lean on them. But again, whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, take a deep breath and get your life in order. Think about it. That's all for now.